Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. This is an emergency station announcement. Vincenzo, emergency station announcement. VGCInews.com. If you just search it in your search bar or Google it now, you simply go to VGCInews.com, where we exposing political charlatans, snake oil salesmen, and shysters. Right? You got your Michigan Wolverine section, where we did a game recap where the Fighting Jim Harbaughs took down the Wisconsin Badgers at Camp Randall last Saturday. And we'll do a look ahead and post a game preview of the road game at Nebraska Cornhuskers with the black shirt defense, right? We'll have that on here. But in the emergency, you got some pictures, you got your military takeover. But in our emergency station, Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing, you've been asking me about these classes. This is where I'm going to start posting on my website, bgcinews.com. I'll have its own section on here where my technical analysis classes, yes, oh yes, that's right, Vincenzo's technical analysis classes will be on here for you at an affordable rate for all. They will not be charlatan prices like these other YouTube stations and channels and websites charge hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month for their quote-unquote classes and string of bullshit that they put on there to fleece, heist, and shiest you out of your money. These will be cheap and affordable for all. You can save them, you can record them, and you can watch them whenever and however you would like to get informed on the from the very basics to the advanced trader on how you set up, plan, and strategically place your trades to maximize your profit as you're trying to navigate through the waters of this manipulated market, right? I'll break down how I start from step one when I look at it just a chart without looking at the news, the noise, the company, the finances, and all that of the company, and just looking at the chart. How I start from step one to break down the chart to try to figure out what the chart's trying to tell me and where the chart's trying to tell me it's trying to go. And I show you in super simple, easy ways to build your chart so you can understand how to look at the functions of the technicals when trying to trade and identify, sniff out, and detect the patterns that are going on, so you realize and understand how to trade set patterns. If you're longing or shorting, where to enter, where to exit, what the potential targeted move is, how to figure out what the targeted move would be, and all of that, how you trade with a probability-based, structured, and simple, easy solutions to sidestep the criminal gangsters and maximize your profits. It'll all be on here. There'll be a special area where you buy. It's got a link on here. You could PayPal it, right? And then you'll have your classes. It'll be affordable for all. It's the easiest way. You guys are constantly asking me about classes and to put classes on. This is the easiest way for me to do it. And I don't have set hours to be behind a computer and do these live classes. And I see all these other companies, they're charging thousands, hundreds of dollars a month for their classes. These will be for a 15-minute video up to an hour video. If it's an hour video, it might be $15 to $25, maybe $30 pocket change, right? I call it pocket change, will be the nickname of it. And when they're just 15-minute introductories and medium topics on how to trade and the technicals, it's a shorter class version, but a super powerful. It filled in the class, it might be $10, right? Pocket change, but it's simple, easy knowledge that you guys and most retail traders don't pay attention to or understand, how the basics of charting and the basics of how the technicals work that you guys can understand, just like here. And it'll be an easier way where you don't have all this nonsense where I'm just talking and rambling and doing all my normal nonsense on this channel. It'll be specifically for the title that the video has and what I'm teaching and giving you an educational, because knowledge is power, education and information on some of the skills and techniques that I've picked up along my 25 years of technical trading, right? It's a lot different than momentum trading or buying and praying or throwing a dart. When you're using the technicals to trade, you let the chart dictate when you trade, not you dictate the chart. The chart will dictate and you just play by using the rules and philosophies that you've acquired and learned, right? And you put them into practice and you'll make money. Just like we told you as we zoom out, right? We told you down here, we were in this rising wedge earlier. That's how I can diagnose these rising wedges and falling channels and ascending triangles, right? Down here, we said the most likely solution was that this would break up and retest this major overhead resistance, and then we would fall quickly over the next few days to weeks, trade within, and then break down, right? And that's what I think is going on in here. And then it did pump up to there. It could come up a little bit more to actually touch it, but it got way up there like we said. And this is some of the things that I can teach you. How I went out and identified this as a rising wedge, what led me to believe that it was, and how I go about confirming a pattern. You can say it's a pattern, but if it hasn't been confirmed by the price action, it's not actually that pattern, right? You got to understand how to confirm patterns, and I can teach you the same way I used when Vincenzo came online back here, right? I told you all in here, as I had about 3 subscribers and nobody watched, that this price was rounding out and it was going to crash, and the whole crypto market was going to crash, right? And I think now we can all see that old Vincenzo was right. But here's how I diagnosed. I'm going to teach you in these classes how I diagnosed, sniffed out, and detected this kind of stuff, right? And subverted and overted and threw the warning signs out, because what's going on my t-shirt, and this is some of the stuff that I can teach you, right? Let's hide some of this nonsense. Not the volume. Hide that and get rid of that. So you see this rising wedge that we had on there. It's actually a bigger rising wedge that goes down into there, right? Oh, it's nonsense for something I was doing. Let me get some of this off, some of that 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 off. All right. It actually goes down there more. But for what was going on when I came online, this is the point. This was the more significant. So this is how I determine the topping out pattern. This is a rising wedge, right? A rising wedge. And what that means is you hit upper resistance on the pump, right? And here's what's going on my t-shirt. This will also be available at my website as soon as I start getting a supplier that I like and trust and like the integrity of his company, and start getting a design and get them going. But you had a pumping price, pumping volume, right? This is a little free class right here, bullish. Now, from right here, after the first pump, the volume, notice how it crashed. From here, it was rising. From here, it crashed as the price peaked and the price went down, which was bullish. Then you still had crashing volume and an up and sideways into this rising wedge consolidation. Often you'll notice a rounding top being formed, as you see here, as this is what's going on the t-shirt, as the buyers or the bulls are being exhausted and the sellers or the bears are taking over the market, and the price is going to come down. And it did. It came way down. And it came down to a target that we identified, multiple targets along the way. And in my classes, I break those down in super simple, easy ways to diagnose a pattern. And with that trading rule and company rule that I just showed you there, with the pumping price, pumping volume, bullish, crashing price, up and sideways consolidation, very bearish, along with this rising wedge that I was able to detect right into here, what I seen what was going on, upper resistance, 2 and 3, ascending, getting higher, lower support, ascending, 1, 2, 3, 4, made this a rising wedge. And I told all of you, and my long-time OGs will remember, as soon as we break this key underneath support in this rising wedge, the price is going to crash. And the first target is the local rising wedge, technical target, which I teach you in my classes, are the bottom of the wedge. Bam, came right down to the bottom of the wedge. Then I told all my people here, now what we like to do, because the 200-day moving average in the 3-hour time frame was here, was we like to pump up and hit this and back test this now as upper major resistance, and then get rejected, and then we crash. And I diagnosed that all out for you, and that's what's going to be going on in my classes in a super simple, powerful, insightful, informative, educational, knowledge-packed videos that will be on my website for a paid classes that you guys have asked for, and I'm going to deliver to my beautiful audience. And also the Shiba and you, Robinhood. I've had questions because I've told you Robinhood. Yep, right there, that Robinhood. If you use my link that are in the descriptions below and in the comment sections, Robinhood is adding Shiba and you. Now, when we look at Shiba and you, obviously it had a huge pump, because anytime you get noise like that, they like to pump that coin. So when Robinhood people get on there, they buy it all at the top, right? And you get fucked, fleeced, heisted, and shysted. But remember, if you use Robinhood, now that this is coming online, Shiba and you, you can use my links down below, and because you have a higher financial IQ from watching Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing, you let in a win-win situation, you use a great user-friendly service. Robinhood gives you a couple of free stocks. Robinhood gives me a couple of free stocks for you using my link. And crypto trading is fee-free. Day trade 1,000,000 times a day, and you'll save, if you trade a lot, tens of thousands of dollars a year in trading fees by trading crypto and Shiba and Use exclusively at Robinhood, fee-free. Zero fees, zero in and out fees to day trade and buy and hold Shiba Inu that's coming there. Get Robinhood now. Use my link below, and you can day trade this and the Doge and the XR and the you can trade the Shiba Inu, the Doge, the Ethereum, and the Bitcoin and the Litecoin all day, free of fees. That will save you tens of thousands of dollars a year when you're day trading like you guys like to, because that's what the crypto sphere is all about. Use that link down below. And yes, I've had a question on that. If you do use that link down below and you win, I win, you support my channel, you get free stocks, right? They do have crypto wallets coming. There's a waiting list, but they fill them quick, and you'll be able to transfer Bitcoin to Bitcoin, from COINBASE Bitcoin wallet to Robinhood, from Robinhood to Uphold, from Uphold to Bitfinex, from Bitfinex to Bybit, from Bybit to Gemini, from Gemini to Binance, from Binance to Bybit, right? To all these sites, you'll have all that activity that all these other sites have, but the better thing and the great thing is you'll have no fees. Now, if we look at Shiba Inu, this thing has a top-end potential of coming way up here to have an all jabroni enticing, glorious, glowing, DOGECOIN trading alert double top to just get rolled over on as Robinhood comes online, and all the sheeple and the herd mentality on Robinhood buys this thing up, and then they buy it all up here and they get hammered. Now, if you use my Robinhood link down below and you want to start day trading this, because there's a lot of volatility in this coin and it's going to have a lot of volatility coming, you don't start buying and holding until a huge crash or until you get to your safe zone back in the mean. Then you let this do this, and then you start buying here for the next pump if you want a long-term hold, right? But use that link down below. It's a phenomenal site. This is a fabulous coin that you can trade on there. And use that link down below. And also, as we're talking about fabulous classes and fabulous insight and information, is my silver video that I put out yesterday, which this won't load now because it knows I want to see something on here because it's a piece of shit and I have Sprint. This is the kind of garbage you got to deal with. This is the joke of the whole thing. Is I put out a silver video yesterday. Only about 17 of you charlatans watched it because you're just trying to fleece and shiest and sell me some snake oils, shit that you want to hear about the gold and silver bullion. But I put out a 15 or 14 minute in-depth fifth right here. See this? Only 18 of you charlatans, shysters watch this. 51.69 silver potential price at 260.69% move. This is a 50-year, a half a century long pattern that I've detected. And this is a class in itself, and a super simple, easy breakdown of what I'm looking at and where I think this price is going, just based on not any of the other outside inflationary pressures that should be pushing the price of silver up. Just looking at the chart, what I'm seeing in a 50-year chart going back to 1933. I break it down in a super simple, easy way. Check it out, and you'll see some of the education that I can give you in my future paid classes at VGCInews.com when I start uploading them onto there. Peace and love. Peace and love.